Mama's Girls was originally a tribute to my mother and my aunts. You know, my mother has 4 sisters, and that's why you have 5 Mama's Girls. And I handpicked the cast. 2 of the young ladies was in a production prior to Mama's Girls called The Lord of Make-A-Way, that being Kenya Daniels, who plays Bree, and LaTanya Sims, who plays Paulette. I met Julie Logan, who was cast as Baby Girl, at a performance of one of my other shows, Forget Me Not, and we had a conversation after the show. And then, of course, while I was living in Tennessee, I became really good friends with Shay Nicole. And Shay Nicole definitely brought a lot of fire to the role of Kiki. And then my good friend and best friend at the time, Todd Galbraith, gave me a phone call one day, said, "Man, I got this young lady I want you to meet." And that young lady was Samantha McSwain. So that's how the original cast came about. Mama's Girls would not be Mama's Girls without Deborah Tyler Horton. At the time, she was working with ARP North Carolina, and I remember her coming to every Mama's Girls show, sitting in the front seat with a little pink notebook, making notes. But Deborah Tyler Horton was the one who took me to ARP's national office, and where I met Edna Kane Williams. So with those 2 people, Edna Kane Williams and Deborah Tyler Horton, there would be no Mama's Girls. And of course, with the continuation of what we're doing now, Benet Gallion with the ARP national office, without those 3 young ladies, Mama's Girls would not have made it to 15 years. I would be lying to you if I told you, yeah, I knew Mama's Girls would be one of the longest touring stage plays in America. I had no clue. 15 years and counting. It's amazing, and we've had some great moments with Regina Bale being one of the cast members in the show, to touring all across the country, having a tour bus with the girls, face plastered on the side of it, playing all these conferences. It has been truly a blessing, and it has been God who has kept us for these 15 years. I think one of the reasons Mama's Girls has lasted so long is the theme, caregiving, especially in the Black community. If Mama has 5 girls and they all live in 5 different cities, you know who takes care of Mama? Whoever lives closest to her, while her other sisters call and tell her what to do. Man, that's real. That is so real. One of the hardest things I've ever had to do as a person, as a director, as a producer, was take Mama's Girls in a different direction after 15 years. I knew it wasn't going to be a popular decision because I was going to have to, separate myself and the company and Mama's Girls with some girls that have given their all to this project for years. And so that was very difficult, but I just felt after 15 years, I just wanted to go into another direction. It was nothing that any of the girls had done, but it was what I wanted to do moving forward. And so the new cast of characters include, the 2 original members, LaTanya Sims and Kenya Daniels, will be back. LaJune Thompson will be playing Mom, who joined us a few years ago. This time around, Mom has a twin sister, and that's going to be played by Tutu from the Truettes. And then Ashley, my goddaughter, Ashley Hollins, is going to play Baby Girl. Ashley has played Baby Girl a couple of times and over the years, and it was an easy transition to put her as Baby Girl. And we added 2 guys to Mama's Girls. Dartez Wright, creative director for our company, will serve as director for this show. And Dion Jones, who you've seen him in Unforgettable, and you've seen him in Daddy's Boys. And so that's the cast of Mama's Girls. I'm excited about the release of this particular Mama's Girls as we prepare to celebrate 15 years of touring. I think this is going to be one of the funniest ones of all time. I truly do. I think Dartez Wright and Dion Jones and Paulette all combined together are going to make this one funny, hilarious production. Storyline-wise, in the past, Mama's Girls has always focused on the girls. This time around, with Mama having a twin sister, we get to see behind the veil a little bit about what a mother goes through as she knows she needs care, but she doesn't have the strength and the courage to ask her own children to kind of put their life aside. I mean, that's another side of things. So I'm really excited to expand on the story of the stress of caregiving and what's going on with Mom with all of this. So I think this Mama's Girls is going to be hilarious, and I'm looking forward to taking this one around the country and expanding the brand and showing our impact on raising the awareness of caregiving in the Black community.